And we're live.
Welcome to another HRM Rodcast. You're on live with the Milkman and Dollar Bill, and today we got a guest in the house. Joe, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Tim. How you doing?
Joe V, certified car guy. You know what certifies you, man?
No.
No. Well, you like hot rods and crap, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we all do, right?
I might be certified.
There you go. That's pretty much all it takes. Man, if you'll remember back, that was a really cool interview we did with you in your street legal race car. It's like a stock car,
Like an old stock car.
yeah, vintage stock car. And you're still sporting it around too, aren't you?
Every chance I get.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I've seen you on Facebook and all. You take that thing down to Caffeine and Octane and show it off, and I just bet you're drawing quite a crowd with that thing.
I actually have people that come out there and tell me they saw it on Facebook and came to the show just to see me.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's enough to make your head
Sure.
big.
Here's
A little bit
somebody.
anyway.
That's right. Ooh, yeah. How's your week been going there, Dollar Bill?
Well, it did not start off very well. Had a little touch of food poisoning.
No way.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Well,
Never mind what happened.
Yeah, but I'm thank goodness I'm a little better.
Oh, man,
Still a little
that's
peaked, but a lot better than I was.
Well, as long as you're on that side. Sorry, Joe.
I wonder why I was in the middle.
Well, welcome to another week, man. It's been a tough week at the bus shop for me. I mean, it's just been confusing all week. But hey, man, we made it through it. Man. What did you do all week, Joe?
I tinkered with the car
Yeah.
pretty much.
Any upgrades that we should know about? Anything going on?
I'm trying to get my 5-point harness in.
Oh, okay.
And I did pretty good, except when the belt that goes down through the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
I found out that I have to take out my exhaust system to drill it
Oh, man.
because my seat is in there
Yeah.
so well. I didn't want to try to undo all that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm planning on putting a new transmission in it.
Really?
So I got to take the exhaust system out anyway. And it comes
Okay.
out in one big NASCAR-style chunk. There's no
Gotcha. Yeah.
pieces. It just unbolts and the whole thing comes out.
Wow.
So
And
I'm going to drill the holes when I get all that done and
So-
do it all at once.
so I can imagine you're under there looking at it, and the pipe is right in the way where you got to drill a hole or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, you work on cars,
That's
It's
what happens.
always, the whole
Yeah.
rest of the car is open and the one spot I got to drill a hole
Yep.
is blocked.
Wow. Okay. It's not the muffler, just a pipe.
It's the whole, there's no mufflers in there. It's
Oh.
just all pipes.
You're straight piped all the way to the back, right? And,
I pretty much am.
yeah. Okay. That's
no
why.
wonder it rumbles
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I was gonna say that's why it was. Last week we was up at the Atworth show, and you were out there revving on it. I'm going, man, that thing's loud.
Anytime somebody asks,
Yeah. Got to do it.
got to do it.
Yeah.
It's half the show.
Yep.
Half the
That's
show.
pretty cool. You had quite a crowd around it up there at Atworth as well.
You should have seen it today
Oh
at
yeah.
Caffeine and Octane.
I'll bet.
They were 3, 4, and 5 deep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting a little scared. I was getting a little claustrophobic.
Well, you think somebody gonna jump in it and take off? Or
There's just so many people. I mean, they literally come running when you start it
Wow.
up there. Yeah, all the video comes out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're famous. That's why we had you on here. Maybe you can make us famous. How about that?
If you're waiting on me to make you famous, you know me waiting a while.
Joe the car guy. He's going to make us famous. All right, Joe. Any upcoming shows? Where are you going next, man?
I don't even look a week ahead.
Okay.
I keep a list.
Yeah.
I make my own little notes, and
Mm-hmm.
after the weekend's over, I get on my list, and where am I going to go next?
Okay. Everybody has their own system of finding their shows and all, and I'm curious to see how different folks find them.
Well, I just Google everything. I just Google car shows, and
Okay.
there's lists, and you've got ragtop and running boards
Yep.
right here.
Yep.
There's other lists online,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to hit. I like to get like out in the country,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I try
Okay.
to hit these shows, and and I'll drive an hour and a half.
Wow.
I
Okay.
will just
go see a different show, right?
try to go
Yeah.
somewhere where I haven't been,
Mhm.
and I've You know, I'll go up 575, drive an hour up there, and honest to God, I don't even know the name of the town I show up in.
Okay.
So I'll hit a
All
show, and then I'll say, you know what, that ends at 4, and there's another show over off of 75 that starts at 4, and it's probably going to take me an hour. So I ride through the mountains, go to another show. Yeah, I just
all in the race car, right?
Any excuse to drive.
Yeah,
it, you know?
I bet it hangs the curve pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. It really does.
It's got them big old wide tires all the way around it. Does that have power steering on it?
No.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
No, and it's not, it's fine on the road.
Yeah.
It's really not hard to drive at all. It's power,
cool.
Manual steering, manual brakes.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're moving, sure, it's going to steer, just fine.
When
you're sitting still trying to turn the wheel,
it's like a big old truck. You can't turn it when it stops.
Right.
So,
right.
But any excuse to drive it, and that gives me, if I get pulled over, just cause, which I haven't.
Yeah.
It gives me an excuse to say, "Oh, but officer, it's just a show car, and I'm on my way to this show or that show. I'm not just ripping around on it." But I drive that. I really do obey all the traffic laws with that because
that's good, of course.
You know, it's legal, but a case can be made that maybe it's a little much.
Well, yeah, you don't want to, so to speak, lose what you got going on because people love to see it when you pull into the shows. Yeah,
and I do try to set an example for maybe some of the younger folks.
That's good.
Do a little show it off, and that's what attracts the attention of law officers is the making a obnoxious spectacle.
Sure.
I mean, I'll put on a little show if I have an opportunity, but nothing dangerous. I say that for track day if I want to get frisky with it.
Well, yeah, there's a certain safety aspect, that you got to uphold with these older rides. That's quite impressed you're putting a 5-point harness in there, just to ride around with. You can't get no safer than that in a street car, really. But I've seen some pretty wild stuff that people are doing. The rat rod crew there, some of the stuff is a little outrageous. They put on a good show with them. However, you may get hurt in the process. Got to be careful, folks.
And I'm here to tell you, the first time you have a wreck in a car with a cage or a lot of metal around you, you wouldn't believe what happens to you. You wouldn't believe it.
Are you speaking from experience here, Joe?
I might maybe have had a incident.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I've had one or two, but it was in my younger days, man. After that, man, I calmed down. I don't do a whole lot. Well, when I had my signature Milkman truck, I had to sell it, keep the show going or whatever. But I did a burnout here in the shop on my birthday one day. The black mark's still there, but it filled this entire shop. It was full of smoke. I couldn't breathe, It was like, we got to get out of here. But other than that, I really don't do much myself. I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to burn rubber and waste gas and parts and pieces.
So I'm curious. I'm curious. How did you get into this Tim the Milkman car show, filming, online adventure?
In a way, it goes way back. It's kind of like back in the early 80s, I had a cousin that drag raced out at the local drag strip was Dallas back then. And one Christmas, I got a video camera. It's one of those big Sony handy, they called it a handy something shot. It's this big thing that sits on your shoulder, right? Well, I used to pop a tape in it back then, the big cassette tapes. And I would go to the drag strip and start shooting footage of my cousin and some of his friends launching their hot rods from the start line up there at Dallas. And, I raised my kids, quit doing the video for a while, and then I'd go do some more, and then I'd quit, and over the years, I just felt like, man, I'd like to really do something with it, and there's a lot of people out there that deserve the recognition, just like you, Joe. You come up to these parts houses, and you buy all these parts and pieces, and you build this creation there in your backyard. You build these hot rods, and I thought, man, these people deserve the recognition for keeping the industry alive. So why not put every one of them that I can on the camera and let them tell their story to the world, man. Cool. That's what Hot Rod Madness is all about.
Hey, every car has a story.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it really ain't about what the Milkman has. I sell mine, you know. I make travel money so I can go get her done, you know, kind of, sort of. And I recruited Dollar Bill over there. I said, hey, I need a cameraman. And he just retired himself, so I hit him up, and he started following me around with a camera. And here I am doing it again. So
we had no clue whatsoever what we were doing.
Oh, no, he didn't know what.
Nothing.
Wow. He didn't know what to do at all.
On, much less how to edit or anything else.
No,
so he's going to put it on YouTube. I didn't know anything about YouTube. Didn't know anything about any of that stuff.
Wow.
Just learned it all on the fly.
Wow.
He's kind of like really good at what he does now. I mean, it's kind of like this. You can you give him some footage, and I don't know, less than an hour. He can, depending on what it is, less than an hour. You put him in front of his program there, and he'll have it turned around and aired somewhere on social media where everybody can start viewing it. I mean, it just works, you know.
Yeah, I try to shoot video at a car show, and everything's
yeah.
And then I'm like, there's got to be a program, right? There's got to be a program that I could stabilize it or something. And I don't know.
The stabilization programs don't work that good.
Yeah, that's what I found out.
They help, but they don't work that good.
Yeah.
About the only thing you can do is either practice and develop a steadier hand, or build you one of those little rigs that keeps your camera steady.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I wouldn't want one of those rigs because they take up too much space. They're too cumbersome. And with the camera system that I've got on that little U-shaped thing, I can put it into spaces under the hood, inside the car, over my head, down low, wherever I want to. And sometimes, I see. Sometimes, yes.
What are you doing?
There still might be some jitteriness in it from time to time, but to me, it adds some realism to it as well.
Yeah.
Because we're really not trying to be this slick operation that spends thousands of dollars on equipment and stuff, because one, we couldn't afford it if we wanted to.
No, that is.
And two, it doesn't show the genuineness of what we're up to.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and with that,
we went from cars to cameras, but they're related.
And back to you.
There's more pictures taken of cars, I bet, than anything else in the world.
Yep.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so, man. There's a lot of folks out there with cell phones, cameras, you know. Wow.
If I had a penny for every picture that was taken at a car show, I could retire.
Yeah.
All over again.
No doubt about it. You betcha. And you know, it for people that's trying to do something, you know, substantial with it, it does make it tough, man, because everybody's got a camera now. So, you know, that's what we're going up against, trying to earn the views. And when I say earn, man, we go out there and we hit it hard, and we look for certain vehicles, personalities, and people to put on our show. And, you know, it's getting tougher.
I've seen you guys in action. I mean, I've stood there and watched what you were doing and was like, my God, just the whole thing, 99 degrees out.
Yeah, the temperature.
You just struggle along.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it gets pretty hot out there sometimes.
You were moving so fast at the Accord show, I couldn't keep track of you.
Oh, well, yeah.
You were rolling.
Well, when we hit a show, man, we do literally run to get what we need, and it don't always go accordingly, but, you know, most of the time we come out of a show with some pretty good footage, something that he can edit up and make it look pretty good. And I'm very proud of what we've accomplished so far. It's pretty tough at times, but hey, it's also fun.
Do you have a personal favorite kind of car you like? I know you pretty much film
think
a good selection, but I mean, do you have one that you gravitate towards?
I guess it would have to be the old pickup trucks.
Okay.
I do like the trucks, you know.
Cool.
I used to advertise the show with a white 53. That was a cool old truck, but man, it was dated. It was built back in the 70s. You know, I tried to upgrade some stuff on it. However, here's the problem I have. If I did have one, I'm gone every weekend and I work full time during the week, so I ain't got no time to work on it, fix it up, or anything. So I don't know. I'm kind of in limbo about all that right now, but you know, I got one left. It's a '66 pickup, and it's currently for sale. I mean, through Streetside. Yeah.
So, folks, if you want a truck, see Streetside.
Sure.
What about you? You got a favorite kind of
A favorite
car?
A favorite kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna tell us, or I got to pry it out of you?
Oh,
yeah. What's going on over there? How come you won't say nothing? What's the deal?
Don't be embarrassed. You like
don't be
Dubs or something.
He likes pink Barbie electric cars.
Pink donks with 22-inch rims.
That's it, a donk, not a dub. And you want to see the one I saw today? I was literally standing there with my mouth hanging open. It was something like 33-inch tall wheels.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
That's a bit much.
It had TVs, what are they, LCD screens?
Yeah.
In the door panels. The door panels were televisions. I'll just say that. The floor was televisions. I'm befuddled by it.
So what?
But it was so outrageous that it was just, you couldn't look away.
See,
this is like a car wreck.
Wow, that's the problem with society and these cars.
And
nowadays.
you know who you are.
I don't know
where the camera
do
is.
something so outrageous now to get any attention. It's, how can you top folks like that?
Well,
I guess they got
what
plenty of money.
They're trying to top each person's trying to top the other person.
Oh yeah.
It's like, how more outrageous can I be than Joe over there?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You know,
and I had no idea. I didn't select my car because I'm like, ooh, this is outrageous, or nobody's ever seen this before. I wanted a race car to drive on the street since I was little bitty kid.
There you go. You're just following your dream, man.
And I said the wrong thing in front of the right guy, or the right thing in front of the wrong guy, or something. And the next thing you know, I'm handing him a wad of cash, and he told me I'll keep it under this amount and I'll send you updates. And I was like, what have I done now? And I got really lucky because he built me an outstanding car.
Wow.
And I used to build cars. I mean, I built them. I restored cars, trucks, tractors, garden tractors, small engines. I mean, I did all that.
Cool.
So this is my first time having somebody like basically build me a car, because it would have been exactly like what I wanted.
So did you get tired of working on them after you retired, or what is it? I mean, you just not.
I don't.
You didn't want to build.
I don't have any patience. I want to take it apart, fix every piece, and put it back together in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the more it's like a task.
I get it.
And been there, done that. Had them apart. It took 3 years to put it back together, but did it.
Well,
and
I'm right there with you, Joe. I'm the same way, man.
When it comes to patience, he ain't a doctor. He don't want.
I don't got any patience, man.
See, now you've heard me say that. My wife has heard me. If you're watching, honey, did you hear what he said? I don't need any patience. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
That's what I say.
Only doctors have patience. But I've only built. I've probably built a few, and went through muscle cars first, and then got tired of them, kind of, sort of, and started doing the trucks. And back in the 80s, when I started doing the trucks, I liked it a whole lot. The first one I tried building would be a 49 Chevy pickup truck. And my older brother, he painted it. He did a lot of body work for me. I don't like body work. I can't stand body work. My brother, he was really good at it, so I was like, hey, I hit him up, and he did an outstanding job on the old 49. It was cool. And I pretty much picked out everything else for it. And the thing, man, just as soon as I got it done, I was able to go enjoy it for about one good season. And somebody came up with a pocket full of cash, and I'm like, so I sold it.
You know, I have found in my many, many years of life that a very interesting thing happens with people that build a car. A lot of times, once they're done building it, they literally are over it. And I don't really know why, but it even happened to me. I built a 55 Chevy. When I started when I was 16, I got it done when I was 19. And I really, really, really liked the car. And then the first time somebody walked up and said, I'll give you so much for the car, I was like, you know what? I could sell this car and buy myself a brand new truck, whatever, you know. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why, but it happens a lot.
It does happen to a lot of people. Some people just build them for money, but
it
took me in my backyard about 7 years to complete a 49 pickup truck. It took 3 trucks and a Camaro to build it.
But you got it completed.
Well,
and that gets a lot of points for me because there's so many cars that get taken apart.
And
it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. That's why that's more advice I give to the young folks. Like I know what I'm talking about, but I could tell them from experience. Don't just buy a car and completely dismantle it unless you know for sure you are fully capable of doing it from a pile of pieces back into a car again. And if you're not, get it running, driving, and stopping. And then play with interiors and making chrome pieces or whatever you want to do with it. But you won't get to that point where you like hit the wall with it and just like you're either out of money or you're just aggravated with it. They're like, I like it, but I just can't do it anymore.
You can get burned out on it.
Totally can get burned out.
One thing I found, man,
this is getting serious and deep now.
It is, man, because listen to this.
Psychological what's the word? Psychological analyzing of building cars.
I'm saying if you're going to build one, you're going to take one and dissect it and put it back together, go ahead and start purchasing every little rubber grommet, all the rubber, all the parts and pieces. I'm going to say 80% of it at least there in front of you before you decide. Man, if you take the car apart, this is just me. No patience. It's just me.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I take the car apart. I don't have the parts on hand to replace it. Man, it's months later before I really get that task done on it. I'm going, that is aggravating for me. I'm with you. No patience, man.
Yeah, cars are giant jigsaw puzzles.
It is, yeah.
And you start
when you're by yourself on it, sure.
When you start losing pieces or can't find pieces, it messes up the whole thing.
Yes. And now these folks on TV now, they got a whole team of people. They make it look so easy.
Yeah, they do.
They have the right equipment, the right parts, the right people for the job.
The magic of editing.
And the magic of editing.
Yeah, exactly. Man, makes it look so easy. Wow.
But man. I was never, I'm one of those guys that I was like, build it yourself. You got to build it yourself because when you build it yourself, it's really you. And then, I got this thing. But it satisfied that for me because it was built to rolling driving status. And it needed, everything adjusted, trimmed out, rear axle rebuilt, put a new, transit. Everything was mock-up basically, but it was a rolling driving mock-up. And, I had to put a tack in and I had to, rebuild the axle. And so my hands were in it. So I'm like part of the team on it. So I don't feel like I don't have that feeling that would bother me where I went out and just bought it. That would just for me personally, that would be like, wow, I just bought it. I just bought somebody else's car. But the fact that I helped put it together and I rebuilt this and that and trimmed it out and I put all the decorations on it.
I like to do cosmetic work only now.
I just felt like I'm part of the team.
Yeah, there are certain things you can do to a vehicle to give it a total makeover without having to get into the depths of rebuilding the running gear and all that, There's things you can do.
Yeah.
Like a set of wheels makes a big difference.
I tell the younger folks just learning. I'm saying, I turned we could say brand names, right? Of cars.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
You got no rules, right?
No rules.
Okay, cool. When I first met my wife, we weren't married yet, and so I didn't want to invest too much in her. Mm-hmm. Sorry, honey, but she knows.
Oh,
she already knows.
No rules here. Uh-oh.
I'll know. I'll know.
Might be sleeping in the garage tonight, buddy.
I'll know if she's watching because right away when I come in the door, why'd you have to say that?
Yeah.
But I bought her a Kia Rio, which is I guess it was a four-door, and mm-hmm. It's just plain bland as it can be.
Yeah.
And she come home one day and she said, so-and-so down the street is selling a set of, I think they were 17-inch chrome rims.
Yep.
With little wide tires on them. And she said, they'll fit on that car. I tried to tell her they wouldn't and she brings them home. She just went and got them, brings them home, and sure enough, they fit.
Wow. Okay.
She puts a set of rims on a Kia Rio, a white, no offense, plain white. I know that's your color.
Yeah.
A plain white Kia Rio. And she goes to the Kroger or wherever, and she comes home and she says, people are coming up to me asking me either what kind of car is this, or what model BMW. It made it look like a BMW. I said, well, I'm going to take all the badging off it and go get some BMW badges and just stick them on there. I'll just make it really. Yeah. And then I found out what BMW badges cost. I didn't do that, but
I had to go find a wrecked one or something.
But rims make a car, and that's the only thing. It wasn't stanced, it wasn't lowered, nothing. Just a set of nice rims.
Wow.
I got all kinds of knowledge that I think I can impart on people. Most of it's wrong, folks.
Most of it's wrong.
Be careful.
Yeah, we may not always be correct here on HRM, but we try. We try hard.
Food for thought.
There we go.
Food
sure.
So,
all right, man. Hey, what about our sponsors this week? Sponsor time.
Sponsor time.
Yes, sir. Well, First up, check this out. Joe, you're invited to this as well, man. How about Streetside Classic Cars and Coffee Cruise In, the last Saturday of the month, 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. Dollar Bill, are you game? You want to go?
Sure.
We're going to go shoot some video?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Talk it up with some folks?
Yeah.
I have not been to that.
Well,
However,
Mm-hmm.
I have heard it was a good time.
Okay.
I did.
All righty, sir.
And if we're going to be there, it'll be a better time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I might swing by and make some noise.
Okay, do that, man.
Try to disrupt the whole place when I show
Do
up.
that. We'll get a few more good shots of the race car, man.
Okay, I think there's been enough.
Well, you can't never have enough. Anyways, Streetside Classics. We are proud to have them sponsoring the TV show down on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi with Ocean 7 TV.
Yeah.
Yay! What you got, Bill?
Well, we also got Memory Lane Classic Car Museum.
Memory Lane!
On the banks of Lake Oconee in Eatonton, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Eatonton, Georgia. If you're ever down there, stop in and say hey to June. Classic Car Girl. Wow.
And don't forget Jerry.
Don't forget Jerry.
Yeah.
Those are some really cool people.
Absolutely. And let's see here. How about Headliners Plus in Gulfport, Mississippi?
Headliners Plus, Gulfport, Mississippi.
Specialize in handcrafted interiors for hot rods and boats.
Cool. All right.
And let's see here. Oh, you know what?
What?
What comes after an atomic blast?
Hazardous waste.
Hazardous waste down at the Gulfport Dragway.
Crab Man.
September the 29th and 30th. Crab Who?
Crab Who?
Crab Who?
Crab Man.
Crab Man. Crab Who Productions.
Who? Really cool rat rod show. If you ever want to go to an outrageous rat rod show, Have you seen the footage on our?
I have.
Yeah, well, go for it.
That's the one.
Yep, that's one.
That's the one to go to. Huh?
Yeah, you want to go down there and see that, man. If you like burnouts and stuff, yeah.
Burnouts and stuff like that there.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, and don't forget Smoky Road.
Smoky Road
Rod
Shop.com.
They're the home of the aluminum bed flooring system for your pick-em-up trucks.
Yes, they are.
As well as the hidden tailgate latches, which he was here last week and we showed you all that stuff. And I recently put you a little commercial on there showing you about the tailgate latches.
Yes.
So you can see about that.
And those tailgate latches are pretty cool. You know, if I end up keeping my truck, I'll probably get some and put on my truck. I like them. They are very smooth. They work well, and they're hidden. Delete everything off the back end of your truck, put Smoky Road latches on there, and you're good to go.
I was watching you play with those things.
Yeah, did you? What did you think about that product?
I thought that's pretty cool because it closes just like a door latch.
Yes, sir.
And it just clunk, just like a door.
Yep, it's very smooth.
I was actually impressed.
That's a pretty neat product, man. I like I say, man, I'm gonna try to get some, put them on my truck.
Right, I said that like I was impressed. Yeah. Like
he was impressed.
Like if I was impressed, you should be too.
There you go.
So like I said, take everything with a grain of salt.
But hey, they work.
They look pretty cool.
Love them.
Cool. They bolt on, well done.
Bolt on, I believe. Yeah, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could run a bead around them and weld them on if you wanted to. But other than that, man, you go through the little post on the tail end of the truck there in the corner, and you drill a hole there, and it's probably 2 holes, and you bolt them on, line them up, bolt them up, and they're good to go.
Gotta love a good idea.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And what you got?
Mr. Rake's Parish is throwing another Emerald Coast Cruise in.
Emerald Coast Cruising.
Yeah, that's in November.
In November, that's correct.
Yeah, so go to emeraldcoastcruising.com. Check that out. It's in Panama City. It's always a week-long celebration down there. We've been down there a couple of times.
We've covered that show 2 years in a row a while back with Rakes, and it's always a wonderful turnout. I mean, they pack the park down there with hot rods from one end to the other, and they even do a cruise through the center of that
the pier park
down there, and that's always really cool. You can get involved in all that as well as a parade. What do they at the beginning of the week? They do some kind of parade through the town.
This time they've got a lot more things scheduled.
They probably do.
On when we were there, including a classic car auction, several other smaller cruise-ins, parades, and something else if I could think about it.
All right. Well, just is
it on the top of my head?
No, it ain't on the top of your head. I ain't seen it there.
Okay.
I need a truck and a trailer. Because I don't want to, I don't want. I'm getting a little old.
How about if I drive it for you down there?
You wouldn't want to.
I could get there in record time.
He has trouble just riding in my truck.
It'd be like Smokey and the Band.
Yeah,
right?
he'll be moaning and complaining the whole way, man. Don't let him fool you. He ain't gonna ride that thing.
There ain't a lot of room in it. It's pretty compact.
Pretty
I can fit, but you're a little taller than I am.
So it was specially built just for you.
Oh boy!
Well, lucky my this sounds like I'm my fabricator, but the guy that fabbed it together was my size.
Well, that's fabulous.
He's building the car, and we're talking about the car, and he says, now I can't remember. He says, "How tall are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm right about 6 foot." And he said, "What do you weigh?" And I said, "Well, 165 or so." And he said, "Oh, good." He said, "Well, I put the car together so it fit me, me and him."
Yeah.
And he said, and I wasn't quite sure why I did that. He said, "It must be because you're the same size as me." I said, "Well, we're pretty damn lucky since you welded a whole car together."
That's right. Wow.
So luckily he didn't build it for you, and I had to sit on a phone book in my own car.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Had the seat up really good.
But can I do a shout out?
Yes, you can.
Of course you can.
Shout away, man.
To my wonderful fabricator, John Redmond, in Fayette, Tennessee.
John Redmond?
John Redmond.
John Redmond, fabricator, Tennessee. There you go.
That's not a commercial plug, folks. He builds them, for himself. He doesn't have a business. He's not going to build you a car. I'm sorry to tell you. I also like to thank Ronald Reed, who's 80 years old. He's the originator of R&R Speed Shop in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
And he used to build circle track motors, like half-mile motors.
Okay.
Local asphalt short track. Back in the day, started in 71. And John, my fabricator, I can say that, said, you know what? We ought to get Ronald out of retirement and have him build us, a retro motor to go with the retro car.
Okay.
And we had he did. He showed Ronald the pictures of what they had going on the fab table to get him, because he didn't want to do it. He's like, I'm retired, I guess. And, he came out of retirement.
Okay.
And
so you got him to do it.
We got him to do it.
All right, cool.
So I really do wish I knew all the tricky stuff that he put in that motor, because how you get 360 horsepower out of a 289 on a 500 CFM 2-barrel is beyond I'm just not up with the times, but I mean, it's all old school parts. So they had some tricks back in the day, how to
I'll bet
them little race motors, and it runs just like you can drive it around.
Those guys.
But thanks, guys.
Some tough guys back then, no doubt about it. They knew what they were doing,
and they could do more with something they dragged out of a junkyard than we can do today with all our billet and forged and everything that's.
We got to have those special parts nowadays.
You just buy everything now. Back in my day, we had to go crawling in junkyards, which is a lot of fun for anybody who hasn't done that.
Oh boy, yeah.
There's snakes and bees and wasps and hornets.
I remember doing it a time or two, because that's where we got our parts from.
That's where we got them.
Late 70s and 80s, that's pretty much what we had. I mean, it beats going to the auto parts store and paying all that money that you really just didn't have,
Oh, you could build a 53 Chevy truck, brand new, and not have one original part on it. You can build a 55 Chevy.
Yeah.
I just can't even believe that. You can buy the whole body, just like it came out of the factory.
Wow.
I was unbelievable. Now, you got to have some dollar bills to do it.
Yeah, you got to have some skill too, man.
That's some skill.
Which unfortunately I do not.
Something I learned about the old 50s, the pickup trucks and all. If you go you got to know what you're doing. If you taking one cab and take the doors off of it and try to fit them on this cab, guess what? No. That junk don't fit. You're gonna be cussing. Tell you what, I went through that twice with two of the trucks that I had, and
you can say that again.
I got them to shut for a while, but man, after you drive that thing and that cab is tweaking and twisting and giving it, man, no, I'll be riding down I-20 at 60, 70, and the door just
there's at least twice the door
come
popped
open
on him,
oh
and I had
God.
to grab his arm.
Yep.
Wow! I was afraid he was taking a dive.
Well, that's just because you're
there's
real scared.
No seat belts, of course. So if you start falling out,
you're going out.
Yeah.
And heck, that would have left me in there by myself trying to steer. So it's like I had to hold on to him, keep him in there.
Woo! Anyways, boy, those were the days. Memories, making hot rod madness footage. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got today, folks. What y'all got?
I did have a question about something.
All right, let's hear a question.
Well, it's like he was talking about the motor and how it was built and stuff in your car. How much gas mileage are you getting out of it? You say you got a 2-barrel carburetor on it, right?
Just driving it, on the interstate around town, going to a show, and abiding the law, children. Not hot rod and put your foot in it.
Yeah.
It literally gets over 14 miles to the gallon.
Hey,
and that's with 355 gear.
And big old wide tires all the way around it.
And big old wide tires. And I think that's pretty good for that.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, not bad.
But you just mentioned how it was built and stuff, so that question just kind of popped up
and makes ridiculous. I'm still not convinced that 360 horsepower is possible. That's what they told me.
That's what they told you.
So
you got to go with it. There you go.
Hey, it sounds like a nice, good number.
Yep.
360 horsepower.
Yes, sir.
Or if anybody has a dyno out there, and they want Joe to come over.
I got some guys that are like, bring it over. Bring it over. I'm like, yeah, okay. I got my rev limiter set at 5,000.
Yeah.
I have to
see what that thing will do.
Have to tweak it some to get it all in.
Alrighty. Well,
I got a quick question before we go.
Sure. What you got?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of glasses. I don't know if y'all can see them. What's up with that? Is that kind of a fetish or a style statement, or you can't see worth a damn, or what?
It's a fetish, and I can't see, and
both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much both. Yeah. I got a larger collection that I thought I would bring down here and hang up, just for the heck of it. Since I was probably 15 years old, I've been collecting sunglasses.
Is that right?
Yep. I don't know why. I just do.
I know why.
Why?
His mother was scared by Elton John.
Now you got to put your Elton John glasses on.
Well, I've been wearing the red ones. Put the blue ones on.
So, wife, if you're watching this, now I'm going to call you out. So I keep looking at the monitor here. I'm going to call you out, wife. If you're watching this, I want you to type in the comments, how many pair of glasses do you and I have combined that we actually use?
Uh-huh.
I'm off the top of my head, I'm thinking like 11.
Okay.
I've got 5, I think, myself.
Yeah.
And she's got, she loses them so fast, she's got probably another 6 pairs.
Or shades?
Reading glasses, computer glasses.
Okay.
TV glasses, driving glasses, sunglasses.
Golly.
I'm telling you.
Glasses everywhere, yes. So you're over 52?
Do they make an octagon focal lens? That's what an octafocal. An octafocal.
Nowadays, you might could find some.
Yeah. First thing to go is your eyes, I guess.
I know. I hate it, man. I can't read as good as I used to. I used to have really good vision, and now I'm like, oh, man.
Went from cars to eyeglasses.
I'm over 50.
I'm ruining your show. I'm ruining your show for you. I'm messing. I'm never going to get asked back, ever.
I'm depressed now, Joe.
Well, it's kind of the way I said when we first started doing this. They said Seinfeld has nothing on us because we got a show about nothing. And, we come on, we talk.
Zero.
If it's about cars, that's cool. If it's about your eyeglasses,
Nothing and everything.
Well, Joe, thanks for coming on, man, and playing Hot Rod Madness,
man, this
buddy.
has been a blast.
I got to get.
Been a blast.
Shoot you. Hey, man, feel free to come back sometime. We'll talk it up with you.
Absolutely.
Certified car guy, Joe V. Look for him and his street legal race car at all the local car shows, including Caffeine and Octane, Street Side Classics. As a matter of fact, the last... Sorry, Joe. I came right out of my hand.
Reflexes like
you read it. I can't read it.
Cars and Coffee Cruising last Saturday of the month from
That's
9 a.m. till noon. All makes and models welcome. And I'm not going to read you all the directions. Google it.
Yeah.
Street Side
Classics.com.
I did hear it was a good show to go to.
And hey, like always, you got any questions or comments, that's randomrides53@gmail.com. Dollar Bill and myself, we get all the emails, so send away. And like always, we need all the help and sponsorship we can get to keep rolling Hot Rod Madness to put you, the viewer, on our show, whether it be our TV show down on Gulfport, Mississippi, or our social media platform. So, till next weekend, you dudes be cool.
Peace out.
Milkman out.
Thanks for having me.